Hello and welcome to Microbiology Bites. Sometime between 10 and 15,000 years ago, a Mesopotamian farmer discovered that the water some grain had been soaking in had a funny taste. When he woke the next morning, he'd made two important discoveries: beer and hangovers. The first written records of brewing come from Sumeria about 6,000 years ago. But all that drinking was making people hungry. So in Egypt, around 5,000 years ago, they started making bread, or at least they wrote down the recipe for the first time. Before that, bread was tough, dry stuff that tended to break your teeth and make your jaw ache. Bread made with yeast was wonderful, light and tasty stuff. The secret? Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Yeasts such as Saccharomyces cerevisiae are single-celled fungi which multiply by budding, or in some cases by division, although some yeasts can also grow as simple irregular filaments called a mycelium. They may also reproduce sexually, forming asci, which contain up to 8 haploid ascospores. If you look closely at this video, you can see examples of budding cells. Saccharomyces cerevisiae has thick-walled oval cells about 10 micrometers long by 5 micrometers wide. Saccharomyces is commonly known as baker's yeast or brewer's yeast. The yeast ferments sugars in the flour or added to the dough, giving off carbon dioxide and alcohol. The CO2 is trapped as tiny bubbles in the bread dough, which rises. So why does yeast give off CO2? Well, to gain energy from the breakdown, or fermentation as it's called, of carbohydrates. The fermentation of beer and wine was originally caused by naturally occurring yeasts present in the environment. Some wineries still use natural yeast strains, however most modern brewers use highly cultured isolates, for example Saccharomyces carlsbergensis, named after the Carlsberg brewery in Copenhagen. The bubbles in sparkling wines such as champagne are trapped CO2, the result of yeast fermenting sugars in the grape juice. One yeast cell can ferment approximately its own weight of glucose per hour, giving rise to large volumes of gas. Now it has to be said that not all yeasts are good. Some, such as Candida albicans shown in this video, can cause infections. Candida is normally a commensal organism found in 40 to 80% of healthy people, and it's present in the mouth, gut and the vagina. The problems start when a person experiences some alteration in their cellular immunity, in their normal body flora or physiology. Although Candida most frequently infects the skin and mucosal surfaces, it can cause systemic infections such as pneumonia or septicemia in severely immunocompromised patients. Overall though, yeast is a good thing.